All right, we're all set. So welcome back, everyone. We have a special guest with us today, Michael Katari. He's the CEO and founder of WolfVR, a virtual reality company that's based in downtown Detroit. Hey, Michael, please, if you want to introduce yourself to the WSX team, um, go ahead.
Well, good morning, Jamal, and good morning, Tony. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Just like Jamal said, my name is Michael Katari. I'm the founder and CEO of Wolf Virtual Reality, a company based in Detroit, Michigan, primarily focused on the real estate market. And we started in 2017.
Nice. So Michael, tell us a bit of your background, your experience, what led you to start Wolf VR, kind of the juices that made you flow into this new idea. And you were on virtual reality, I think, way before anyone saw the value of it, especially now with COVID. So how did you get into virtual reality, how you came across this new concept back all the way in 2017?
So my original focus on a career was architecture. That's what I went to school for. I graduated from a local university, Lawrence Tech, in Southfield, Michigan, and it was focused on architecture and interior design. Once I graduated with a dual degree in both those fields, architecture and interior, I started working for an architect locally here. And I experienced a lot of different shifts in terms of the architecture world and what really is possible. So um, my career didn't start off traditional. I jumped right into industrial design, industrial facilities. So I'm very comfortable with layouts of plants and different larger scale projects. So I never really got the opportunity in my early on career to, what my thought process was to do homes, maybe some high rises, retail shops. Given the fact of where we live, which is in Michigan, we're a automotive supplier, so there's plenty of work in those automotive worlds, and that's really where I started. I got my first start with American Axle, designing and layout plants for them. And once that sort of fizzled out and my career shifted, I moved back to Canada. That's where I'm originally from. And I started my own architecture firm. Um, Fortunately, we all experienced not necessarily a COVID, but we experienced a crash in 2008 and 2009, and primarily in the real estate market. So um, a big shift in my career was how to reinvent myself, refocus on what I was trying to do. And I decided that the best opportunity for me would be to focus on a career where I could utilize technology, architecture, and the construction area that I was in, thus starting Wolf Virtual Reality in 2017, based off of my experiences that I had in the real world, wearing many hats from architecture, interior design, and then project management is where I ended up focusing.
I think those are
Um,
all, valuable tools, especially the project management. We Tony and I saw how you work with projects from start to finish, and it's all back to how we can plan the project to get all the media and all the tools necessary to get all this set up in a virtual world. And I think that's where a lot of people miss. They think that to make an idea into a virtual world, it's simple and it's a quick step when actually it's not. It requires, a lot of pre-steps and a lot of planning ahead of time to get the world that you want set up in virtual reality.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, just to kind of round out the question, so my career has had very many areas. One was interior architecture, and then robust industrial designs. Um, and that's really why I started Wolf Virtual Reality. Was in my last career experience, I was working for a company that was doing project management on a large scale and hospital work. And there was always a need for, you know, changes in the plans, very costly. And we can continue on with some other questions to kind of get more into the details. But I started it. I guess the question was, why did I start? Is that the question?
Yep.
So I started Wolf Virtual Reality really to give the the technology a chance to really flourish and blossom within an industry that is very archaic in its nature. Um, I think a lot of people in the industry think that technology is expensive, and it is at first. But you know, to be an innovator, you have to really um, see how what you're going to do can benefit the industry. And I saw virtual reality as a major benefit because as people, we are very visual. So the average person cannot really read a blueprint. I mean, I've been in many meetings where people would point fingers at plans and, you know, they would be pointing at, I want my closet changed. And I would have to sadly tell them, well, that is the bathroom and that is not the closet. So having a visual tool not only helps the customer, the consumer, but it also is a very impactful tool for trades. Um, I've often said that, you know, if you're a skilled person in your trade, all you really need is a photograph to start your work.